Hey everyone, it's Thomas. I'm back with week 4 of my recovery journey of my Achilles rupture in my left foot. I injured this foot on April 17th, and this video is going to encompass the end of my week 4. I'm just started my week 5, so my next video will cover some of that. In this video, I really want to actually demonstrate some of the early mobilization work that my physiotherapist has given me since I started physio. In my last video, I kind of showed with my hands, but I kind of want to demo some of that today and just give you a bit of a life update with this injury and how I'm feeling. And again, I'm a big advocate for mental health, so I want to talk about just some of the stuff that I've been experiencing personally. So to start off, I am going to just show you real quick. So in this video, we will be discussing this balance board that I got off Amazon. They actually have one at the physio clinic, but I wanted one for home because I probably will end up using this a lot longer than just physio because there's for me, I definitely don't want to experience this injury again if I can avoid it. So strengthening those lower extremities, especially where my calf muscles are, my ankles and the mobility there, is something I'm going to be really focused on. So in this video, I'll show you this as well and how I'm using it. But for now, I'll start with the very first thing that my physio therapist told me I can do. So I'm just going to back up here so you can actually see in the video. So this is my foot here. Probably go like this. That's probably the better way. Okay. Um, this is my foot. This is the bad foot. So basically, at the beginning, all I was cleared to do was a little bit of this. This is at neutral right now. My foot's at neutral. So I would do this kind of sitting up with my foot elevated, typically on a bed or on an elevation pillow. And basically, I would just dorsiflex up and then plantar back down like this. So this is called dorsiflexion, right? But see, I'm not going all the way past neutral, right? Like I have a little bit past neutral, but that's it. And some people call them like ankle pumps and stuff like that. But that's the first thing. So you do about 10 repetitions with this. You could, right? Just kind of hold it up like this. And then I'm just gonna rest. And then the next thing you do is this kind of motion, right? This inverted motion with your ankle. Again, let it be at neutral state, and then don't dorsiflex at all. Just keep it neutral, and then just go to the right, go to the left, go to the right, go to the left, and you do 10 repetitions. One per side is 1 repetition. And then there we go, 10, right? So again, just to repeat. So we had some dorsiflexion, just like this, a little bit, right? 10 of those, and then to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left, and then toe curls. So this one, you kind of curl your toes, and then as you open them up, try to expand your toes, like curl and then expand out as best as you can. Because what happens is your foot's in this boot, right? And none of those muscles are working. Your toes are not like they're just stabilized. They're destabilized, sorry. They're not moving, right? Especially the top of your foot because you have that plate from the boot on top. So just getting that ankle mobilization moving is the very first stuff that my physio told me to do as homework at home, right? To mobilize that foot. So again, you have the dorsiflexion, keep your foot, this is at your neutral state, up, down, right? Up, up, down. And then do a couple repetitions, right to left, like this, 10, at least 10. And then your toe curls, you can't, it's hard to see that, right? So that's what I did. I have to do that about 3 to 4 times a day. So I structure that in throughout my day. So that's the first set of mobilization that my physio gave me. So I've done 4 sessions of physio now. And on my third one, she introduced the balance board here. So I'm going to demonstrate what this is. So the one I got off Amazon, if you have like hardwood floors or laminate floors or vinyl floors or whatever, you might want to put like, I just got a little mat here to put underneath it so it just doesn't slip. So basically you put it on here and you put your foot kind of in the middle, like this. And this is idea is just to give this little extra range of motion, right? To the same idea, right? So here what I'm doing is I'm doing those, not necessarily, it's like plantar flexion, right? So this is what's different is that plantar flexion here is shortening that Achilles, right? You don't want to go all the way back either. You're just doing a gentle up and down. And the idea here is as you go down, first time I did this, I didn't have a lot of control coming back up. You can see it like it's wobbling. So I had to practice kind of slowly in that eccentric, slow down my eccentric, right? So I can really control the board coming back up with my foot. And another thing too, when the first time I was doing it, I was like, my eyes were on it, right? I was watching it. I guess I was maybe nervous or I just thought I had to, but my physio gave me a good tip is try not to look when you're doing it, right? And the idea is you want the movement to happen naturally. It's called proprioception. So if you're looking at it, that means that you're really focused on that. Your brain is registering like, okay, this is what I'm doing. But this is a movement that should be able to do naturally. So as you're relearning this movement pattern after rupturing, try not to look and just let your foot just do that motion. So I do about a minute like this, right? In good control reps. And then I rest a little bit and I do a minute of circles. So now I'm trying to circle in, out, and again, I'm just trying to move the ankle in kind of that rotation. And that's basically it. So I go a minute on this rotation, this side, and then a minute on the other side. All around. Again, more mobilization of the ankle, different tool, a little bit more flexibility here, a little bit more. So we didn't start with this. I did a lot of that first sets of stuff for a while. Now I'm incorporating this. So it's not like this is replacing that first, dorsiflexion and inverted movements of my foot and toe curls. This is just adding in. So everything is additive. I've noticed that it's not something's not getting taken away. It's just there's more and more homework, which is it's fine. Like if you really want to take care of this and you really want to avoid re-rupture rate, all the literature is saying early mobilization, really spend a lot of time in recovery. So that was the balance board. Yesterday, I was actually just cleared to introduce isometrics. So I got some really good news from my physio, and they were basically saying that I had a pretty good range of motion. Actually, which when you're at your physio, they'll really start to like push the limits of stretching out the Achilles, right? Because they can control it, right? So they don't recommend you do it at home when you should be with a professional when they're doing that. But I had no pain, maybe a little bit of not tenderness even, it was just tight, right? But no sharp pain, nothing that was noticeably like injury pain, right? So she's like, well, you have a really good range of motion right now. So we usually don't recommend this right away, but let's start it a little bit and see how you feel. So we did some early isometrics. I'm going to demonstrate that for you now. And these are still safe for me. I'm not doing any plantar flexion. We were really focusing on the dorsiflexion. So I'll show you that. And you can actually do this on your own, or if you have a friend or someone like your wife or your partner, kids, whatever, they can help you. All you need is some resistance, right? Because isometric is basically holding the concentric part of the movement, right? The lengthened part of the movement. So for a period of time. So basically what I'm going to do is my bad leg, and I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to put it on top, the dorsal part of my foot here, right? And basically I'm going to put some resistance here. And basically what I'm going to do, my foot's at neutral, right? And I'm going to try to push up into my palm acting a little bit more, adding some resistance to that push. So I'm gonna push up, count to three, 3, 2, 1, relax. Again, 3, 2, 1, relax. 3, 2, 1, relax. And you do about 10 repetitions of that. The idea is when you are adding resistance, so if your foot's like this and you're putting resistance and you're pushing up, it's going to work the front of your leg here, right? So this front of the leg, again, when it's in a boot, it's demobilized, right? So my tibia, this front shin is not being worked, right? You're not adding a lot of weight to it right now. So this starts working those muscles. And that's really exciting for me, right? Because I had a lot of atrophy happening compared to this leg. It's hard to see, but you can almost see the atrophy is pretty significant, right? Compared to my legs, it's crazy. I'm looking at the video right now. This is nuts. So a lot of that resistance, like isometric work, is going to work up here. And then the other two that I do are the inversions. So I'm going to put my palm like this, and I'm going to push with my foot only up into there like that. So instead of coming up like that, I'm going to push up into my palm. Again, 3, 2, 1, down, relax, push up, 3, 2, 1, 3 to 5 second hold, relax, 3, 2, 1, relax. And then the opposite, I'm going to put my palm right here. I'm going to put some resistance. I'm going to try to push down, 3, 2, 1. And this works all that front part of the thing, the ankle too. It's creating some resistance now a little bit, right? That isometric hold creates some stiffness too in the tendons and the muscles, and it starts activating the muscles as well. So that's really exciting for me. I know this seems like a small thing, but I was clear to do a little bit of isometrics, and that's just going to keep we're going to keep progressing with that. Into more isometric training where we get into calf raises and stuff like that, which I'm not ready for just yet. So those are kind of the stuff I'm doing at home right now to mobilize my ankle, to strengthen my front of my leg, my tibia, and some of my calf, like the muscles around my foot. And also increase mobility with this balance board as well. So pretty exciting stuff. Anything that I get to add new to this regiment is, I feel it's always a step in the right direction. It's always setting new goals, or it's always showing that I'm progressing. To be told that, like, my mobility is looking really, really good in that foot was such a relief. And my physio is really good at not pushing to the limits. Sometimes, I'm sure you can get someone that really wants to push it, but she's just been wonderful to kind of really evaluate clinically where I'm at, and then say, okay, there's other isometrics I could be doing, but she only gave me those three, and she wants me to wait on the other ones. So that's really cool. So I just wanted to show you and demo those this time around, because who knows, you may come across other ones too, and please share. But those are some ones you can do at home that I've been given by my physio. And of course, be safe as well. Always ask questions to your physician and or your specialist that's following you. All right, so that's kind of the demo of the mobilization. The other thing I want to talk about is just where I'm at today, like how I'm feeling about this recovery process. And um, you know, I was talking to my wife recently about it, and one of the things that I'm struggling with the most is my fitness in general, right? It was my place to go to clear my mind. It was um, something that I would look forward to every day waking up, not necessarily just for the sake of, you know, making sure making sure I stay, the body I like, and staying fit and healthy and stuff like that. But it was also a place where I felt the most comfortable. not only in my own skin, but just about who I am, like in my own skills and stuff. It's one of the only things that I felt that I was really, really good at. And most importantly, it was one of those places where I can go to really push my limits and challenge myself. And with an injury like this, or really any injury that really takes you out of the game, you start to second guess what that's going to look like in the future, right? So I think some anxiety kind of comes in, and really it's about me figuring out what all that's going to look like for me and not really knowing all the answers, and which is the definition of anxiety, right? Um, it just has a lot of meaning to me, right? Working out is not just about lifting weights. It was a place where my mind would get quiet, right? It was a place where I could find, peace for 45 minutes and um just be me and be with my thoughts, and just but be okay with that, and just be in a place where I knew I could challenge myself. I had the competency of how to work out, and I could push those limits. And with this now, I'm feeling what do those limits now look like, right? And what is challenge going to look like when I exercise now? And I just have to repattern myself a little bit, repattern my thinking, and look at this as a different opportunity now to look at my overall general health beyond just lifting heavy stuff, and um, be more holistic with the whole person, right? Um, and and see that challenge as something different now. And so I was dealing with that, and that sometimes takes a toll. And it's the little things. It's like, this boot gets in the way, the crutches gets in the way, this damn knee scooter gets in the way. Um, I'm getting a little stubborn because like my wife still helps me in the bath and stuff like that. So the other day I bathed myself, and you know, is it super safe? I like probably not 100%, but I figured out how to do it, right? Um, so it's just dealing with like the day to day, crawling up the stairs every night and or multiple times throughout the day sucks. I don't even want to go downstairs to grab food because it's like just a lot of work, right? But anyways, woe is me. It's just, dealing with those little things every day, and being like exhausted with the process, not necessarily just exhausted, like fatigued, it's just exhausted with this and just being sick and tired of it, right? But on the backside of that, you have to realize an injury like this, particularly, takes a long recovery time. So you have to constantly remind yourself that you need to slow down, right? And you can't speed this up. Um, so that's things that I'm, working through every single day. Yeah, and I think for me, being able to play with my kids the same way, my son just asked me, is like, why can't you walk in the boot, right? So I had to explain to him, like, I have to be cleared to walk in my boot, right? And meaning the doctor has to let me or give me some direction on that, right? Before I can do it safely. But it's just those little things. I love that they're curious about it, but at age 5, it changes their little world, right? They see their dad moving about, picking them up, throwing them into the air and stuff like that, and then nothing, right? Like it's just so I have to really be patient with all that with them too, and always explain to them and help them understand and have more patience as a father every day. And then also just, my wife picking up a lot of the extra work and slack and stuff around the house, and just doing so much for us right now. It's, we're pretty good at splitting the work and being very even with everything that we've since we've been together. And um seeing her really step up is just it's I'm not surprised, but I wish I could just take everything from her and just help her, give her a break and stuff, and we try to do different things, but um every day it's going to get better. I'm going to become more independent with this, and it'll take some pressure off of her, and give the boys back their dad, right? So yeah, that's just a life update, little life update. I have the next few weeks are going to be pretty interesting. I will keep you updated as best as I can with how week 5 goes. More therapy, more physio is going to happen. I have my doctor's appointment coming back up on June 5th, which is really exciting because I'll probably get a better idea of when I can start weaning off the boot even, hopefully. So that's really exciting. But thanks for taking part in this journey with me. And I hope this is helping someone out there that's probably going and experiencing this. Um, and I hope some of these manual interventions and some of this mobilization and demonstrating some of this for you is helpful. But I will see you next time. Thanks for being here, and we'll chat later. Take care.